G's on my back. Carry it like I'm moving the. I told him the hunter, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning. Skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rest in the morning. I had me a pop by the morning. I had me some breaks by the morning. I had a sis by the morning. I got on a meat, no pneumonia. The rats keep me up on the podium. I had a in my shoulder. You got a picture.
You got a picture me. Send me calling. Ready for war like Korea. Headlining shows out in Poland. You should be cleaning my mansion. My peasant's disgusting. Why don't you act like a Hoffman and go get to dustin'? Yeah, latex on my. Go clean my crown.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Minnesota Vikings. Now the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. First carry for Latavius Murray. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Second down, Cousins. He finds Latavius Murray. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Hey, Steamer. Black. Hey, watch it.
First down, here's Cousins. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Cousins now on second down. Looking for his tight end, Rudolph, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
And he'll get across the 20, but only to about the 22-yard line.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. They'll set up a throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Allen on the punt as he gets this one away. This is fielded at the 27. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves, maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. In this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs. Cousins on 1st down. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, here's Cousins. And that is incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
They'll set up to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And able to find Deshaun Hamilton complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Easy.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Here we go.
He'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw. Dancing to his left. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2, but likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And now out comes Minnesota. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Here's Cousins going deep for... And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Denver has the first down. The play going for 15 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Here we go.
The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. They'll drop to throw. Now he'll escape to his right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Daniil Hunter with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. And McManus able to put it through. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you can get to the red zone and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
They begin the drive with a run by Murray. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Lets it fly, and for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, a 22. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Anthony Barr in on the tackle.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
He'll drop to throw. That'll be caught right side by Hamilton. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. And McManus able to put it through. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team.
Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. But a Viking was able to corral this one, and Minnesota will keep possession. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. The first down play, to be frank, nothing short of awful, and now they have to deal with 2nd and very long. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A first down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen. Cousins now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. Off the play fake, Cousins. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
throwing. Cousins. The left side caught by Diggs. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Let's go.
Again, it's Cousins. He'll find Thielen work in the middle. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. First down now, but that clock rolling. On first down, Murray. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to third down. The Vikings in the hurry up. They're hustling up to the line. On third down, Cousins. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. From the red zone now, Cousins going with a screen for Murray. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Bailey able to knock it through. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Short kick. One of the up men will take it now. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll see. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them with...
And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Emerson Griffin in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They'll look to throw here. Over the middle, he's got Deshaun Hamilton. And they work this well upfield across the 45. He got 29 yards that time. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, Brandon, so much for halftime adjustments. They still can't get anything going on the ground. It may be time to loosen things up and start flinging it around a little bit.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Got a man. He finds Sanders. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Looking to throw. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. He'll look to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
And a good effort on the return there gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 28. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Finds Jake Butt over the middle. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He's going to air one out. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Hey, yellow lady.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Sharp there with his feet. Gets him a little extra space. And then drop just inside the 20. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. The Broncos on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. They'll set up to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Cousins now on 2nd down. And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 29. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Eluding the pressure right. Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Following the interception, Cousins. He's going to wind up and air it out. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And if the Vikings can take care of business on the extra point, they will have the lead. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
That'll be taken in the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And we've got a penalty marker down here as he's able to get this only to the 20-yard line. Yeah, this is going to put him back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
And on the ground they go with the running back. a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The tackle made there by Linval Joseph.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The Broncos on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. They're going to look to throw. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Daniil Hunter in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Let's take it inside his own 40. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Now again, this is Murray. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Sua Craven's up to make the stop. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. On play action, Cousins. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. 30. 10, 5, and he will score. Touchdown, Denver.
Coaches always tell their players someone's got to make a big play, but what they mean is a game-altering play, a game-changing play, a turnover forced, and we just got that. I mean, how about that play, Brandon?
Yeah, a pick 6, 4th quarter, that is a game changer.
Someone read their keys, and someone had the courage to go after the ball right then and there.
And it gives them the lead.
Got it.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Gary and Conlon. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Back to it after the pick 6. Cousins. And my goodness, another interception. He's picked off at his own 46. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down.
Got it.
Now they'll run it on the toss. He's to the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great effort there. 24 yards. And the Broncos turn that interception into a touchdown. McManus's point after is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now McManus on to kick this one off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Cousins to throw it, and he's got Kyle Rudolph. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Cousins now to throw on first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, 40 yards. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Bailey now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
And then, by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Trailing in the fourth, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
Now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Back to throw now on 1st down. Going up top. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Cortland Sutton, 51 yards. And the Broncos will extend their lead. Now McManus on to kick this one off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Let's go.
They go play action. Cousins. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Derek Wolfe in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Play fake. Cousins. He's going to let it fly. He's got him in. Complete. Cousins finding Diggs on a big one. 46 yards. First down now, but that clock rolling. They go play action here on first down. Now a desperation throw. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. As his guys are in for 6. And the Vikings have made this now a one-score game. Now Bailey to tack on the extra point. Bailey got the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So a minute and change to go, and this is going to be an onside kick. And the Broncos are going to get the football. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 23 yards on the play. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. As they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Another timeout called by the Vikings now. As they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They'll look to throw here. And oh, look at that. A diving catch. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. As they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. And McManus able to put it through. And that'll push the lead up to 8. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position. but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And checking that NFL scoreboard there in the fourth quarter down in Arizona. Now you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. A win would be their first of the young season. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Marshall. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8. The last time we saw 7, 2001, right? Yeah.
Ty Detmer. He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
I don't know. It has not been good. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. And they'll run it here. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This will be 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. And if the late touchdown wasn't bad enough, now they're going to go for 2. So sportsmanship nowhere to be found right here.
Ready? 11. Ready, push it.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is.